Salam. Today we will look 4,000 years mystery to show you, how you could work on the Bible and Quran. Did Sarah, wife of Abraham, say lie? After that we will question Jesus, if he also said lie or not. So, do not forget to subscribe. Did Sarah, wife of Abraham, laughed or not? Let's look at Bible, Genesis 18.1 and 15. Angels comes. Abraham prepares food for the foreigners. Foreigners ask Sarah. Sarah was too old woman to bear a child. Angels say that Sarah will have a son. Sarah laughs within herself and questions the promise. Angels criticize Sarah and say that it is easy for God. Sarah denied the action of laugh. One of angel insists about Sarah's laugh. Unknown person / storyteller explained it as fear of Sarah. So according to Bible, Sarah laughed and after that told lie. Let's look at Quran. Same happening is mentioned in the Quran in 2 different chapters. Messengers comes from God to bring good tidings. But foreigners did not eat from food. Abraham feared because this is not usual. Foreigners comforted Abraham by saying that we sent to people of Lot. Abraham's wife was standing and she laughed. Then foreigners gave good tiding of learned child. Sarah shocked and questioned their statement because it was impossible. Foreigners said, there is not anything impossible for God. And they blessed people of the house. Then Abraham asked their mission. And mission was explained as destruction. Abraham discussed with foreigners about people of Lot. The story of the Quran consists of laugh, but from the story, there is not anything to accuse Sarah. When she questioned the foreigners about the child, probably she was in the state of craziness as seen from her actions. So, reaction of Sarah seems normal. Let's focus the verse of laugh 11.71, in different translations. According translations of Quran, Sarah laughed. But the action of laugh happened before good news. Only exception is PICKTHALL's translation. Indeed, MUHSIN Khan made an explanation for the reason of laugh in parenthesis. Because he and we, do not know, what for did Sarah laughed. If we accept she laughed before the good news, what are the connection of laugh and a promise of child? Because first part of the sentence is mentioning laugh and second part talking about child as good news. In normal understanding, first part is the reason or connection for the second part of the sentence. She laughed and then we gave her a child. As if laugh is necessity for the child. So, Quran is also talking about the laugh, but sequence and structure of the sentence is not clear. We did not get any information for accusation of Sarah. On the contrary, we got confused more. It seems that Sarah made something good by laughing. Let's look at the etymology of the laugh. Maybe we can get something. Our word is, dahikat. Root is, dad. Ha. Kaf. Meaning of the root, to wonder, menstruate, rejoice, inspire with awe, ridicule, laugh at, laugh, become clear. One of the meanings is menstruate. When we think the words, good news for a baby, old woman, and menstruate, we saw direct coherence between them. When we use this meaning in the Quran, verse becomes like this, 11.71, and his wife was standing, there, and she menstruated, then we gave her glad tidings of Isaac, and after him, of Jacob. Now sentence has more harmony. Sarah had been made suitable for being mother and then information was given to them. Actually some of the scholars use menstruation instead of laugh for this verse. Let's go to Bible with this information. Could laugh also be menstruation in the verse? Genesis 18.12 Sarah laughed, Sachuk, within herself, Kirab, saying, Amar, after, Achar, I am waxed old, Bala, shall I have pleasure, Eden, my lord, Adown, being old also, Zaken. Sachuk a primitive root, to laugh outright, in merriment or scorn, by implication, to sport, laugh, mock, play, make sport. There is not anything about menstruation. But there is a strange word in the sentence. Let's look at the sentence again. Sarah laughed within herself saying after I am waxed old shall I have pleasure my lord being old also. What does laugh within herself means? Since Sachuk means laugh outright, it cannot be laugh inwardly. Let's look at the word of kirab. Kirab, K-E-H-reb, from H7126, properly, the nearest part, i.e. the center, whether literal, figurative or adverbial, heart, inward, midst, out of, pertinence, therein, through, within self. So it seems she laughed outright from her center, her heart, her integral organs or something like this. It does not seem meaningful. Word of Kirab is used in the verse Genesis 25.22, quote, and the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. In this verse within her means, in her womb. If we use menstruate instead of laugh, then womb, within her, becomes meaningful. So our verse becomes like that. Genesis 18.12 Sarah menstruate within herself, womb, saying after I am waxed old shall I have pleasure my Lord being old also. If we take this as true and put them in the Bible, story became like this. Genesis 18.9 And they said unto him, where is Sarah thy wife? And he said, behold, in the tent. And he said, I will certainly return unto thee according to the time of life, and, lo, Sarah thy wife shall have a son. And Sarah heard it in the tent door, which was behind him. Now Abraham and Sarah were old and well stricken in age, and it ceased to be with Sarah after the manner of women. Therefore Sarah menstruate within herself, saying, after I am waxed old shall I have pleasure, my Lord being old also? And the Lord said unto Abraham, wherefore did Sarah menstruate, saying, shall I of a surety bear a child, which am old? Is anything too hard for the Lord? At the time appointed I will return unto thee, according to the time of life, and Sarah shall have a son. Then Sarah denied, saying, I laughed not, because she understood the question wrongly. And he said, nay, but thou didst menstruate. So in Genesis 18.15 explanations as quote for she was afraid seems as addition to Bible by scholars. Most probably it was footnote as understanding of rabbis and later it becomes main part of the Bible. Also fear of Abraham and Sarah mentioned in the Quran, so it could only be an editation problem. They could think that, best place for the fear is at the end of the story. Be careful, menstruation is one possibility, it could be something else which is related with womb. Because the word for menstruation in the Quran is lamhidi, not dehikat. If we use meaning of inspire with awe, we could say Sarah womb became suitable for baby because of her fear. Even, the baby could be created in her womb at this time. Which means, Isaac could be directly created without sexual relationship like Jesus. If so, Abraham had Ishmael the only begotten son, and Isaac his miraculous son and stepchild from Keturah. Conclusion, Sarah's innocence is superior to her guiltiness. Problem could be at the miscommunication of the peoples. Bible could contain some comments which are not revelation. Translation of the Bible and Quran could be poor because of wrong understanding of the scholars. Revelation should be worked in their original language and scholars must be expert in linguistic. And while studying Revelation, every possibility should be taken into consideration. I am not scholar of Bible or Quran and also I do not know Hebrew, Aramaic, or Arabic. So, do not take this work as truth, but an argument. As you know, God knows the best. I wonder something about Sarah, much more than this laugh. How a jealous woman offer her maid to her husband. It seems, she sacrificed her love for her love.